Everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show panel discussion. I have been able to send one link. Hey, Tim and Sarah, back. Aussie Tiger, hey, thanks for coming back. Hope y'all had fun on the first hour. I did. Talking about those things, showing those things. Uh, I didn't do any demonstrations, but you got to understand, these things take time to turn on, and it's not so great watching someone do it when you are not doing it. You turn it on, it goes through its startup sequence, and then you have to set up whatever it takes to set up. So it's just I left it alone, right? I didn't turn it except for the EMF detector. I turned those on because they're just one on. But yeah, I had a pretty good time talking about that, and it's something I have experience with. DJ said I really enjoyed that. Wow, cool, man. I mean, seeing everything, well, at least seeing the EMF detector, right? I could turn the camera on, but we all know what a camera looks like. EMF detector, however, that was pretty fun to mess with. And using them is okay. The shows make it look really cool, right? Like it's nonstop, something happening all the time. It's not like that. There's a lot of walking around in the dark, stumbling around. And they chop and cut and edit the video to make it look like there's something always going on. Now, there is one video I know that is almost back to back crazy activity, and that is Zach and Nick the first time they went to the Goldfield Hotel, I believe it's called. You know what? I'll look it up because Google shows all truths. I think it's the Goldberg. No. Okay, let me do this. Goldfield. I think it's Goldfield. Goldfield Hotel. The very first video, right? Oh, wow. You know, that was not, now this was only those two. There was no team. There was no funding. It was an indie film. Those two did it. They used to be friends, you know? It's crazy what happened to them. It was go I'm going to bring this up and no, okay. Hey, welcome back to the show, Lynn.
Hi, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I was just talking about Zach Bagans and Nick Groff, how they used to be friends, and the first thing they did was they caught a lot. They did the Goldfield Hotel, and they got
I
the.
don't remember where that is. Do you?
I think it's in. Where is it? Goldfield Hotel. Goldfield Hotel. Where is this?
Hi, Renee. Hi, Rachel. Hi,
Hey,
Tim.
Renee, Rachel. Gold.
Hi, Robot. Who else is here? Hi, Sarah. Aussie.
And where is this?
Nevada, maybe?
Central Nevada. Yeah,
Oh,
town
okay.
of
Aussie.
Goldfield.
Aussie. I took my hint from Aussie.
Yeah, I, I. Okay, yeah.
I
It
thought
is
we were
close.
dressing up. What the heck
I
happened?
I thought I was too, but I got
I
quite
mean, I got
honestly.
the big gypsy ears and the gypsy thing and insane eyeshadow. You got your shirt.
There we go.
Okay, now we're cooking. I knew I could get you to get that
There
out.
we go. The pink hat comes out. There it is. y'all. There's a y'all quantum show. Big pink hat with a.
Oh boy, I guess. Woohoo!
It's
The
all I
quantum
got.
show on there. All right.
Yeah, I can't.
You
I can't.
realize if we do this right, we can sell this stuff.
Yeah,
Girls, cars, you name it.
I know. Robots,
Robots. Yeah, yeah.
strikes. Hold on, I can't wear this and I can't hear the. Look at what I'm having to do here.
I'm good. Yeah, I had to fix these headbands, the
And I definitely
headband
can't.
and ears and all the rest of it.
Yeah, and I
So my
definitely can't
hair
wear the
come out.
Halo helmet. Yeah.
There's just nothing like hair to cover stuff up, right?
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Yeah, but what happened earlier was I went to Party City and Walmart and Dollar Tree looking for something.
Nothing.
Actually, I had the idea for like comic book Loki, so it would be like a hat with the thing sticking out.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody had it. I could make something like that yesterday. It takes time, right?
I
And
looked all over this house for a witch hat that I thought I had, and it's gone.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I saw plenty of
Things do
them.
disappear here, and it's pretty regular.
Yeah, I saw
Thank you,
plenty of
Tim.
them. Do I sound okay? Is there sound check? Sounds good?
It sounds good on my end.
Okay. Did you
How
change
did
microphones?
I changed headphones?
Okay, because it does sound different. It has
Better,
some different qualities.
some
Well,
better, some better. I hope.
well, it's clear. It sounds
Okay.
more like uh, a smaller microphone rather than like the Guitar Hero mic.
Uh,
But whatever, it works. We
yeah,
probably
no,
sound the same.
we went out and we bought another one because we've had that set for like the old set for like 7 years, and damn it, nothing lasts anymore.
7 years is pretty good though. You gotta
No,
admit.
it was great. There was nothing wrong with that at all.
What did you think of that robot as for ghost hunting equipment?
The fancy schmancy one.
Yes.
It's way out of my range.
Okay. I said it in the first hour and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
It's a toss up. I thought I had to choose between, I think I have to choose between one or the other, but I've made the decision, right? I'm not going to get the motorcycle, the clone bike. I've got to
Okay.
call it the clone bike. That is just too cool of a name. If I ever get one, I'm going to write it on the side, clone bike, you know?
Yeah, really.
But I've got the car to worry about, 2 cars to worry about, 3 cars
Yeah,
to worry
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And that's just another thing to deal with, right? And now the robot. Hold on now, the robot. If and when I get rid of one or more cars, I'll get one of them, and then I will get the robot also. I'll trade it in.
You
I don't
know,
care, and then I'll teach the
you got
robot how to
time.
drive.
You
I'll
got
teach.
time.
Yeah, then I'll make the robot drive the bike.
Yeah, you'll be screwing around with this stuff when I'm long gone. But it's that robot, and I pointed out in chat last show, had to be a super tool for ghost hunting
Oh
because it
man.
doesn't frighten, it doesn't spook, it doesn't drop phones, it doesn't shake.
Hmm.
You
And
know.
it though. How cool would it be if it got possessed?
Oh my
Oh.
God. The robot dog is coming for you.
Yeah,
No.
until I get until I get
Oh,
the
how you
big
say him?
fancy robot
Samo's
dog.
here. Hi, Samo.
Hey, Samo, it's gonna be me and Super Fun Dog here.
You're gonna do ghost hunting with that? Oh, I would love for you to take video. Oh yes, because I couldn't miss that on a bet. And the dog gets possessed. It starts gnawing on your ankle.
Yeah. I have gotten 1, 2,
Really, we were
3.
talking about Zach Zach Bagans and his crew.
Yeah.
Most of his crew's pretty decent. Don't think much of him though.
No, he has let that stuff go to his head.
Boy, oh boy.
And
Well,
big
and I
time.
mean, it blew off the top, and he just didn't think it anymore. You know,
Yeah. No,
I
he
I
has.
saw I saw a silly thing go into a haunted jail with uh for number lack. I hate to say this because it annoys me
Hmm,
that he put a whole bunch of Wicca, which Wicca is a very mild and passive thing. Would rather not harm anybody ever.
right.
He does the spell that he attributes to Wicca, which I don't recognize, and he had tormented this whatever was haunting this place. I mean, and I'm like, if they stick something through him, I'm going to laugh. You know, Ghosts can move things occasionally. It depends on their level of emotion. Their emotion's not quite the same on the other side
Right.
as it is on ours. We're powered by hormones and testosterone and all sorts of other things when we're human,
Hmm.
but they don't have quite the same mechanism. But
Right.
they can move things. They can get angry. If nothing else, they can pester the hell out of you.
Yeah.
You know,
And he doesn't know as well at the time. He didn't know shielding and uh self control, and he was
nothing.
doing it. He was very showy,
Oh
and
yeah.
he had an episode one time where they were looking into a place and he was doing his thing, right? Come out now. And he got hit in the shoe with a rock hard, and it freaked him out,
Did it
right?
bruise his foot?
I don't think so, but there
That's
was
a
no
pity.
way. Yeah, it was a rock about yay big, so it wasn't like that. It was a rock about yay
Well,
big,
they weren't playing, huh?
and it scooted across the floor. There was no way to move this rock that way. It wasn't like tossed
Oh,
like
I don't know. I've
it
seen
was.
some pretty dirty little tricks from some of these shows. Didn't think very
Yeah.
much of that either.
Oh, you mean the fakery? Yeah, he
Oh, the fakery is amazing. But
it was
then
fun.
they're putting on a product. They're not having a show. They're putting
Right.
on a product. And that
The
product has to sell.
Yeah, the documentaries are my favorites. The
Yes.
ghost shows are fun, right? But there's not a whole lot
They're
of
entertainment, you
right.
know, but
The
they're hardly
documentary
real.
Yeah, the documentaries, however, I like those. I
I
like when
love them.
oh man, it's just my nerd heart going after documentaries of every topic I like, and that's one.
Well, you like to read, and I do too. And these documentaries are like skipping the book and getting to the good stuff.
Yeah. I have not been able to read a book in a while. It took Lou Elizondo book. I I
It's like,
crammed.
are there gnaw marks on it and everything?
Oh man, it was hard to get
I'm
through.
teasing you a little bit, but I'm serious. I've had things piss me off the place where I just threw them across the room. It's like, why am I reading this trash?
Yeah,
No,
because
have I read that? No, I haven't read that. I mean that book.
it is more of the same.
Yeah.
And if he knows anything, I maintain he's doing PR, right?
Oh
He's not.
yeah. Well,
He's
there's nothing of value in it, is there?
not
It's
really
just repetition and
of the same.
uh
He
yeah,
he omitted the most interesting parts of his journey, which are the when he went to all the little shows, like companion shows to this one, or shows that have a bigger viewership than this one about
sure.
ufology. and tried to like break them up. Tried he pitted them against each other.
Well,
And
maybe it was just there's some people who just absolutely are positive they're Howard Stern.
oh well,
Okay,
he's part of a
and
psyop.
yeah,
That's what.
but I'm saying the the sensationalism and the oh my godism and all that,
The shock and the
the
awe and
shock and the awe and oh yeah, and you talk about somebody who got their head absolutely big over fame. There's another one,
yeah.
but and I don't know. I've avoided that sort of thing over my life. As far as I've done this show, I've done another one,
Hmm.
but I don't. I'm not crazy for fanfare. Okay, I like it. I mean, what's not to like? People like you. That's great.
Yeah.
But as far as getting invested in it, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. How about our troll first hour, huh?
Oh, wasn't
Bingo
he
bingo.
cute?
That was
That was
funny.
adorable.
He called the show "What a Joke." What do they
Okay,
want?
that's okay with me.
Yeah, I'm fine. I like joke.
He's the joke. He didn't stick around long enough to find out what we were about the first time, let alone the second.
Mm-mm. And he
And
said, "What?"
Storm's gunning for him now. So
Okay. Well, all he does is come in, go, "This show sucks," basically, and leave. So let him do that. It's the stats. The more people he came in, he said something. That's
yeah,
just as good as a
stats.
thumbs up. It's just as good as a thumbs up. But
Yeah,
um, DJ has something over here. Tim.
yeah, he's right about that.
I've been offended on multiple occasions by the disrespect to the dead that occurs on many of these reality shows, especially as we move into the holiday season. Yeah, the veil is
Yeah.
thin. No one knows what that means.
What do you mean they don't know?
We know, but people hear that and it just sounds
Oh,
like
you mean the general populace don't
right.
understand?
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a quote for them, a better quote for them now.
Okay.
Muggle, Costco, North Face people.
Muggle, Costco,
North Face people.
North Face,
North Face is a Target brand of clothing, and it is
means
so
Hajé.
yeah, it's a
I'm
uh,
sorry, I've been listening to George Carlin all week, and the sarcasm is strong with this one, you
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, George Carlin.
But yeah,
He was
no, I agree with Tim
yeah. When he
on
passed
that.
away, it was like the world was not good enough for him, and he went home.
He
That's what
left.
it seemed like to me.
Oh, he did. He committed suicide. I don't know if you knew that.
I thought he had cancer.
No. Well, if he did, he decided to end it early.
That's
Uh, his
mm,
wife had passed away, and he became despondent. And I don't know what despondent would look like with someone like him, but I don't think I'd want to see it,
no.
you know. But he became upset, and he just couldn't continue. And that's not good, not bad. I understand it, don't like it. I've known a number of people who have unalived themselves,
Yeah.
and uh, you don't get out of anything with that. With karma, well, it's not even karma; it's reincarnation. Will take you back to your spot one way or another, and you will still learn the lesson that you agreed to early on.
Seems to be the way it works.
Yeah,
Um, but moving on.
yeah, yeah. It's supposed
Anyway,
to be a fun show.
yeah, this was the fun show.
But no,
So,
I agree. I agree with Tim. The whole disrespecting the dead thing when you're doing a a what is supposedly a live show.
mhm.
Um, Heart attack at St. John's.
Yeah, that was George Carlin. I'll put that up here.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I thought it was a
Yeah, I didn't. That didn't
uh,
sound right. That didn't sound like it was. I had not heard that at
George
all.
Carlin was for all of the despondency and the rest of it, and the sarcasm and all of that, was a fairly upbeat person.
Yeah,
And
and let me tell you, heart attacks. My sister-in-law passed away from a heart attack
yeah,
about a little over a year ago,
I remember.
and it was. It's like she took an. I'll say it again. She took an exit point,
Yes,
and a heart attack is a great way to teach someone or to exit because we all know people who've had heart attacks,
yes.
and we have a friend of the show. I'm giving him a night off, Keith. I'm giving him he said he got 3 hours of sleep. Go to sleep, Keith. It's all good. Go to bed. It's all good, dude. No more heart attacks. Hey, Raven. It's all good. And but yeah, Keith can take tonight off. He said I watched part of his show earlier, and he said he
Wasn't
had
feeling well.
going on 3 hours.
Yeah,
I'll ta- I'll
He didn't have a lot of sleep. And,
yeah
like the rest of us, he didn't do that well without it.
yeah I'll tell him right now. Just
Hi,
I didn't
Raven.
think because I don't want him to uh have any extra stress. Yeah, I just sent him take the night off from my show. Heard you were going on 3 hours of sleep. Take a rest tonight. It's all good.
Yeah,
No
really.
problem. I mean, it's just no problem. And he grinds. He grinds. He grinds. Given his circumstances, he's writing on several books at a time, doing all
Yeah,
these shows. He was on,
very busy person.
yeah, he was on SOR recently,
Yeah.
and he's got family and driving and in a Kanakwa or wherever he
What
lives,
is this?
Kanoko,
Kanloa, I think it's
huh?
Kanloa.
I don't
No,
know.
we're
Well,
not saying it right.
no, he
I should know this
whatever
one.
wherever he lives. I can't remember.
Kanloa.
I don't remember.
All right, British Columbia. I can say that.
Yeah, he's upstate Detroit,
But
and
yeah, he's got all the stresses of the rest of us, and
he does like
we just
3
move
different
in.
shows sometimes.
That's right.
So I just sent him a message, "Take a night off. It's okay. You don't have to be on there. I know you're tired. I know
I
he's
saw
tired."
it.
Yeah.
Kelowna. Thank you.
Kelowna. He lives
Uh,
in colloquial Canada.
Storm.
No. Colloquial Canada.
Yeah, Kelowna. There we go. Oh, Storm, would you mind stepping back in?
Colloquial. And I misspelled it on purpose.
Yeah.
Have a good night in colloquial. I'm bougie bourgeois. I don't know. There's a I don't know that maybe that's in reference to something else, but yeah, I went over in the first hour some of
Uh-huh.
the Estes method is so cool to observe and to do. I I don't have a team here, right? I don't have a buddy who's not scared of his own shadow or her shadow to go with me to do these things. I would love to. That's why I want a robot dog. But
You just want another set of hands, what you want.
yeah, another set
I'm
of hands.
sure that eventually that'll come along too.
I'm waiting for one of these shows to pop up with a robot dog. I'm waiting. That would be so cool because it is
Oh no, that was pretty common. What was it? Battlestar Galactica had it.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the Star Treks had a cat.
Yeah,
Or
Star
maybe it
Trek
was
Next
Data
Generation.
enjoyed a cat. Can't remember that.
Data had a cat. So the
That's
cat,
it. That's it.
yeah, the robot had a cat, not a robot cat. I got a robot cat over here too. It's
Give
not
me
really
a
a robot.
second. I just need to take this headband off. It's awfully warm.
Okay, yeah,
Give me a sec. I'll be
no
right
problem.
back.
Okay, let me take you off screen just for a moment. Okay, yeah, and I had talked about all this stuff on the first hour. Okay, I think Lynn, give me a thumbs up. I can see you backstage when you're ready. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Ready? You ready? You look ready. I don't think you can hear me. Okay, you back? No, you couldn't hear me, huh?
I had to take it off.
Right.
There,
You couldn't.
that's much better.
I forgot
Fine.
you're using a
Kinda.
headset.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I was going. I had you. I could see you backstage, right? And I was like, Lynn looks like she's ready, but I didn't realize you didn't have your headset on.
I had it on.
No, I
I
mean,
had the headset on. Is that headband gets warm?
yeah, but when I saw you backstage after you had taken it off, you were just sitting there, and I was like, "Are you ready?" She looks ready. Click. But then you didn't hear me say any of that.
No,
It'll be on the replay.
it'll be all right.
Yeah,
That's
K9.
fine.
Doctor Who had K9.
Oh, that's true.
Star Trek had a lot of robots. Even the new
Yeah,
stuff
they
had.
did.
They have the new Star Trek with the new that newest show. They
Oh, I
have
don't remember now. There's
yeah
so
they
much of that now.
yeah and Star Wars. It's all robots.
Hmm.
Droids everywhere. I mean, I keep them handy, right?
Well, Star Wars had all sorts of little gadgets running
Yeah, Star
all
Wars
of the
had them all.
time.
And but K9 was a really good. I want K9 to help me investigate paranormal investigation.
I think it'd be fun,
I'm
especially
gonna
if
name
they had an
Tom.
Android motherboard and all that stuff that you could look up stuff and
Oh yeah. Oh,
it'd be
this
great.
one's got it. And Robot Jim is remembering Star Trek Brave New World, Brave New Worlds. The
Hmm.
newest show. That's it. And they have these. Uh, they're kind of like droids. They're definitely Star Trek flavor. Like they're shiny and new and sleek, not like Star Wars where they're all beat up and.
Hmm.
But yeah, and they help fix the ship. They help.
And
They're
just everything.
yeah, and this robot dog can also do it. But you know what? You have named my robot dog when I get him, Storm. He's
K9,
now going to be uh K9 QS.
QS. What does
Quantum
that
Show.
mean?
Quantum
QS.
Show.
Oh,
Quantum
duh.
Show.
Of course.
There
Brave
it
New
is.
Worlds
K9.
and also Christopher Pike Chronicles. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the Pike Chronicles. That's good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was watching a little bit. I was distracted, so I was getting this stuff ready. I was doing my little bit of research. I was reading up on those guys. Matt Rife. Matt Rife is a neat person, right? And
I'm not sure who he is.
he's a comedian. He's really raunchy. I'm sure you don't have not heard him.
Oh,
He's
don't bet on it. Storm enjoys everything.
oh,
And what's more,
I
I'll
bet
laugh with
Storm
him.
knows. I bet Storm. Let me see here. Let me get Matt Rife up here. I've been like watching a lot of Matt Rife.
I have not been happily sheltered, believe me. You know.
Yeah, well, it's just it's kind of mainstream, but it's also kind of niche,
That's
you know?
good, Samo. It's a
Now let
code.
me what?
No,
Did I miss
actually, he didn't, Raven. We disproved that.
No,
We
He did
disproved
not.
that.
It
I
was
was
that was a
confused somewhere
mistake.
along the line. He had had a heart attack, I
Yeah,
guess.
he had a heart, and that he took an exit point. He was sick of Earth,
Well,
like a
like
lot of
I
people.
said, I did know for sure that he had lost his wife, and she was an integral part of his life.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen for everyone that their marriage is more important, but there you are.
yeah. And let me show. I'm showing Matt Rife. Just this is his YouTube show, right? His YouTube channel, and he is
I have seen some of his stuff.
he's got a lot
He's
of
a
short.
character.
Oh boy, I love his comedy. I love his comedy. Look, there he is wearing a Chappelle shirt. That's
You know,
awesome.
you know, Carlin was a comedian back when you couldn't say certain words, and he said them anyway.
Yep.
And I think it
He
opened the door
literally
for the rest of us to communicate like people do.
yeah, he literally set the stage for so many other comedians.
It's one of my
And
favorites.
yeah, he is an inspiration to so
Yeah.
many, even now.
Well,
Um,
he called a card and a spade a spade.
yeah. And he was like, if you want to do this, then we're not going to do this though. And, in his style.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, and he was just his. I think that Robin Williams must have taken some of his style for himself
yeah.
because of the intense energy of the shows.
Yeah, I was
Very
watching Rob
intense.
Williams. I would you're
I
you're
was too.
pinging me over here. Oh, Crystal
Oh,
Network.
you
Hey,
know
Crystal
me. I
Network.
can pick up all sorts of things.
Yep. I like as a Crystal Network. Um, but yeah, Matt Rife.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tim. Screw it. I'm going out for at least 1,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not done yet here. So, yeah, he says, do not
I like
resuscitate for
that.
1,000 years.
You'd have a tattoo made or something, just plaster it on your rear. You know?
There there was a court case. This reminded me of this. There
Uh-huh.
was a court case. This guy sued the the people because they resuscitated him, and he claimed he had DNR,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Here's what he did. He didn't have a legal document saying DNR. He had it tattooed on his chest, DNR, and that was all.
It
There
has to
was
be an instrument.
that's not it. That doesn't
Yeah,
work
it
like that.
has to be the instrument. I'm sorry, but it does. Now, if you can get that notarized on your
Right?
chest, I don't know how you do that. It'd be a
Uh,
little funny getting that little stampy thing between your
take it apart, turn it into
dermis
a
and your
branding
muscle or
iron,
something. I
maybe
don't know.
like a branding iron. Heat it up
That seems
on the
extreme.
stove. I know that was like
The tattoo itself seems
what
extreme, though.
DNR, and he tried to sue them, and he was
No,
thrown out because that is not a legal document.
no, not.
That's, all tattoos are decoration. Well, not all, but the ones we use now are pretty much all decoration. Um,
Oh
but
no, the
uh, anyway,
tattoos been used for centuries upon centuries. I think
yeah,
they've even found them on Roman soldiers.
yeah, they found them in Egypt.
Yeah,
Tattoos.
yeah. It was just used as a form of decoration.
Yeah. But yeah, getting back to not the tattoo show.
Oh, why should I think you're crazy? I think you're right. I agree. In fact, I'm seriously thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Um, but okay, hold on a second. Okay.
He stamped me.
Roger
I
that.
never washing my chest again. That's good, robot.
Oh man. Uh, I'm I'm trying to think about this stuff. Yeah, we're talking about ghost hunting and all the stuff, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
And,
my
I learned my techniques from Hans Holzer.
yeah, that's something I did think to do. I was doing he is contemporary, right? And I forgot
Well,
I
he
even
was
talked
one of
about
the more modern ones. I
right,
say modern because his stuff was going on in the 20s and 30s.
right,
I was
and
thinking, right?
he
30s, 40s?
what was his name again?
Hans Holzer. Holtzer. Yeah, in fact, he was one of the first books I ever read about ghost hunting.
I how did you spell his name again?
It's Hans, Hans, Holzer,
Holzer.
Holtzer.
It's well, I have a Google says it's Holzer, but whatever, we found him, right?
Holzer.
Yeah.
What did I put a T in there? I was
You
thinking
told
there
me.
was a T in there.
Well, it sounds like it. Yeah, that
Okay.
is his Google search page.
Yeah.
So I'm just
I
gonna
mean,
read a little bit
he's
off.
one of the most, was one of the first, I guess.
Yep. And he born and died 1920, died in 2009. Austrian American author and parapsychologist.
Hmm
Let's see.
I think they coined the word parapsychology with him.
He was the one. Yep, that was him. That was him. And let me see here. Y'all still have. Let me see. Are they gonna? Okay, this guy. Can y'all still see the screen?
I need to blow it up. Yep.
It's
Yes,
okay.
him.
Let me get
In fact, the one
there.
that says Ghost Hunter there,
Yeah.
that was the first one I read. The second one was Favorite Cases
Hmm.
and Ghost History.
Yeah, he is modern. He is one of the founding ghost
Oh
hunters.
yes.
I
When
rem- I'm
when we
remembering.
say modern, I think what a lot of people think is in the last 20 years, and that's not quite the case with this one. Since the last 100 years, maybe.
Yeah. Well, he did. He was born in 1920. So
Okay, there you go. So long about the time he started this business, he would have been about 35, 40 years old.
yeah. And he
So
has.
what is that, the 80s?
Yeah.
But I started reading his books. It couldn't have been 1972.
Let
You
me.
know, that would be about the timing.
Okay. What am I? I want to see what I'm. Okay, I am on the right. I don't know what is showing on the screen when I click these links, right?
Oh,
So
okay, wait a minute. Let
I'm
me get
looking
it up.
for
It
the.
says Ghost Hunter, market paperback.
Trying to look for
Oh, golly. I
a
need to
year.
sit up closer.
Hold
Let's
on.
get it.
1963. He put
There you
this book
go.
out in 1963. Okay.
He would have been in his mid 20s.
I bet everybody in the chat has already got this information, and I'm just slow about it.
I don't know.
Okay, well, yeah, I need his books, or at least I want the first one from 63, because there is something to be said for the methods of the yesteryear. Okay,
Hmm
there's something to be said for it because that's where all of this stuff comes from.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm not the historian of this stuff. I
Well, during the World War II, the occult was a big thing with the Nazis.
Yes.
And a lot of Germans during the war and really during that time frame were, I won't say immersed in it, but real
Oh, they were.
cognizant of it.
Oh yeah, they were definitely all about that stuff. That's where they got their symbolism.
Yeah.
All their symbolism is stolen. Every bit of it. They didn't make nothing up. They, what do they call it? Co-opted, or not co-opted, because that's like implies that it was done, you know,
Well,
friendly basis, and it was not.
it wasn't
They,
friendly. They
uh,
were acquiring symbols of power, and
right,
back in the swastika goes
it's
way back
everywhere.
as a good luck
India,
symbol.
India, North
Yeah,
America, appropriated. That's
yeah,
appropriated.
appropriate. There you go.
Ah,
Sure.
my words have ghosted me. Ah, see what I did there?
Oh boy.
Oh, I got the dad jokes tonight,
Is it
or at least
curable?
I have one of them. My words are ghosting me.
Boy,
You
I
heard it
guess.
here on the Quantum Show.
Oh boy. You don't you want somebody to know you did that?
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's the ghost, well, not just ghosting, but all of the symbols of the occult,
Yeah.
as well as, and the occult, you got to remember, it means unseen. And there are a number of organizations, of religions, and the rest of it, that their symbols of power are kept quite on the quiet.
Right.
The Jewish Kabbalah comes to mind. Of course, the Seals of Solomon,
Right.
and some of that,
And there's a lot of
and
misdirection away from those things too.
oh, absolutely,
Because
you know,
they don't want the people to know. And
some
speaking
of
of,
it can be dangerous.
oh yeah, I'm getting to that one, and that's something Matt Rife has done. He went to the Hellfire Club over in Europe.
There
He
you
went
are.
there, and I want to go to the Hellfire Club. I want to just check that out. I
Well,
want me, my robot dog,
those
and my
guys.
clone bike to
What
go
am
over
I?
to there.
Am I thinking right? It was in England.
Hmm.
Okay, there you
I
go.
believe it's Ireland, but
That's
I'm
very
going to look them up.
possible.
I'm going to look them up right now.
A lot of shady doings could trace their origin to the Hellfire Club.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's go. I'm going to bring up their Wikipedia, and they are. Oh no, that's not the right helper. There's a comic book. It's not that one. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Wrong. I hit the wrong Wikipedia. Hold on. I'm getting a Wikipedia message. Okay, it's asking for a donation. Thank you. I have donated to Wikipedia because I believe in what they do. Okay.
Well, it's
Share.
an interesting thing. Wikipedia can be absolutely on and absolutely wrong.
Right. Like I can say that uh the the thing in El Paso that was demolished, those big stacks, the copper thing, it was brought down by giant Robo Godzilla. I could say
A
that and put it in there.
Sardi,
Asarte, those guys.
Sardi. Yeah,
Hellfire Club was a term used to describe several exclusive clubs for high society rakes. What do they mean by rakes?
rake is
No, not
sort of ne'er do well.
in historical context. A rake was a man who was habituated to immoral conduct, particularly womanizing. Often, I got you. A rake was also prodigal, wasting his fortune on gambling, wine, women, and song, incurring. Okay,
That's
that
right.
cad.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's basically
well there it is. It's on the. You know what?
just
I will have a link after the show. But he went there, and
who went.
Matt Rife.
Oh, okay.
He went there and he investigated it. But all these shows have. Now he does have a show on YouTube. Now that's the Hellfire Club. Link in the description. It's on Wikipedia. There's also a comic book. Don't click that. It's a comic book,
It's a comic book. Yeah.
right? And
Well, we've got a similar sort of club, I guess. All of our presidents belong to. I can't
oh
think of the
yeah,
name of it.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. There you go. Or Skull and Crossbones, maybe. But
No, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones. Skull and
Skull and
Crossbones
Bones.
is the
Okay.
symbol of the
Right.
Ashton
No,
organization.
you're right. Skull and Bones. But I think even Benjamin Franklin belonged to that.
Yeah.
And
Skull
he was considered a very upright individual.
Mm-hmm. Well, these historical figures have. We read their true histories, okay? Everyone in the chat room, we have, me and Lynn have looked up these guys, right? Look
A
them
lot
up.
of them.
Okay, links for there's too many to go through, right? The founding fathers. There's so much.
That goes all the way to, I think, even George Bush belonged. George Bush Sr. I knew that.
And Junior.
I don't know about any of the others here more recently.
Well, I don't have any links for documentation, but it'll never. Yeah. Founding fathers, though. Look, you said Benjamin Franklin. Look at these guys. Look at their Andrew Jackson. Oh, he was crazy. Okay.
Well, yeah.
And
no, they have this thin veneer of some of the, respectability, but they were all firebrands. They were all rebels.
Yeah,
they had to be. They were among the first people to rebel against the crown.
Right. And these guys, okay, the history books only teach what they want us to know. They look them up. I'm going to leave that one alone, okay? Because I'm not. This is the Halloween show, not the American history show. And but DJ is talking about right up until AI was actually printing us. Yeah. We have the quantum link. They can't print us.
They're not going to be able to for a very long time, if ever. They can
Yeah,
clone us. The cloning can be done. But as far as capturing the personality of the individual,
no,
not happening.
You know what? I'm starting to be convinced that clones, even though we don't really officially have clones yet, they also have the quantum link because it's us that they're making.
Well, I don't know, there was quite a lot of controversy during the 70s when they first brought out Dolly the sheep, and then I think again in the mid 80s, maybe, when they did the first clone child. That was this person going to be a whole human being?
Oh man!
And from the looks of things, yeah, they are. So there is a divine spark there.
Okay, here we go. CBS has this stuff. They have an art. What?
Hi, Monty.
Hey, Monty. Aliens, right? I'm not looking at the screen. Did you say aliens?
Oh, yeah, of course. And robots. Don't forget those.
Robots, right. Monty was talking to me on my other video about the robot dog, and
95 for Dolly and 98 for the child.
Bridget.
I'm not so sure. Dolly was one of the first efforts at cloning.
Right.
And I
Oh,
do remember that being when I was in
there,
high school.
there is more going on than we are let to know here in the
Oh, for
United States.
sure.
All right, I'm going to
Yeah, and
this
I
will
could be too. In fact, it's more than likely, you know, that is
um
being wrong, Robert or robot.
that will be in the. I'm going to share the page, but I had to take a note first. So there is CBS covered it.
Let's say
Yeah.
what year?
I will read it because I know it's hard to read on the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, this is dated 2002. A scientist's announcement Friday, sometime in 2002, that her group had produced the first cloned human being triggered skepticism from researchers, condemnation from some religious groups, and a federal investigation. The 7-pound baby was born Thursday by cesarean section and will be home in 3 days, says Bridget Bossier, a chemist and CEO of Clonaid. This is 2002. Okay, this is 22 years ago. Can you believe it's been 22 years?
Oh,
The company
please.
that
It
did
was
the
just.
experiment. Yeah, she wouldn't say where the baby was born. She did say the birth was at 11:55 a.m. local time. Bossier said the baby, dubbed Eve by the scientists as a clone of a
And
31 year
when
old.
that had, was it clone or in vitro?
It was a clone. Uh,
Okay.
is a clone of a 31-year-old American woman and was born outside the United States, but wouldn't specify where. Well, I wonder why. Bring out the pitchforks. And the woman donated the DNA for the cloning process, had the resulting embryo implanted, and then gestated the baby herself, Bosselier said. It confirmed that would make the child an exact genetic duplicate of her mother, the same as an identical twin. Wait, no. There is a difference between. Okay,
We'll remember an article is going to be written by a person who doesn't know everything
right.
or is not familiar enough with it to write it in the first place, probably.
Right. Now, she's a she's an adult now. Eve is an adult now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm just wondering, did this person survive to adulthood, or what with them? And it would be hard to find out because
It's
their
medical
privacy and the rest of it would be
medical
considered
privacy.
a regular human being because
Right.
that's actually accurate.
Yeah. And what? Okay.
I would be interested in knowing uh, if their mental status was stable, how is their health, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, Quora. I just read an article from 2002 where it had been done, and it's saying, "Is human cloning occurring?" I've got to bring
Gee,
this
do
up.
you
Quora.
think? If they did it once, they'll do it 100 more
I'm
times.
not
That's
going to
just
read it.
how
This
it
is
operates.
dumb. 2002 chasing. Oh, here we go. Chasing Eve.
Clonade, oh yeah. That was robot.
I'm going to share the screen, but I got to, of course,
Yeah,
take
Tim
a
is
note.
saying it's likely no longer an experiment. There's a rumor underground of secret Chinese cloning projects. So no doubt of all sorts of things.
Oh, it's just we're not aware of it. Now, I'm
Yeah.
going to share this screen because how did we get on this topic? Who cares? I like it.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? I think it's fun.
Yeah. This is from 2023. It
Okay.
says
And there's
11 minutes.
sheep. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there's the sheep. Um,
I was thinking it was during the 70s, but it could have been
that was
that they
that
were
was yeah.
considering. Oh, this was during the
The
70s?
sheep. No, no, no. The sheep did happen in the 70s and 80s.
Okay,
Because
that's
it
what
took
I
them several
thought.
I remember it took them a few tries to get because it
Yeah.
kept
And then I
dying.
thought that the child, they've been working on that,
I'm
was
paywall.
significantly later.
There's a paywall, so I can't. That will not be shared. after the show. It's got a paywall, so forget that guy. I will find a different.
Right, Monty. Dolly the sheep. I remember that.
Well,
there's, you'd say 2002, and I'm thinking, well, that was just 5 years ago, and I'm like, wait a minute, Lynn.
You know what? You're right. There are no updates. At least not behind a paywall.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll update an awful lot of it.
Okay. Well,
they're either
there's that.
It's either a magnificent success or it's been a failure and they're covering it, or it has been horrific.
Yeah.
That's worrisome.
I got to look again. I've got to look again because that's
maybe narrow the search so you don't get this guy. I don't know how you do that, but yeah, maybe Storm can look it up without something like that.
NPR from 2003.
Could you look up the clone child and Dolly the sheep and get more information for us?
The name is Eve, right?
Eve. Her name is Eve. Whether it is or not, that's what they called her.
Oh, that's a movie. Dang it. I don't think they want to talk about it. I don't think anybody wants to talk about this.
Well, AI is all of the watchword right now, which they tend to use these things as a smoke shield, so that you don't know about other things that are a little bit more poignant.
Yeah. I'm looking. Okay. This is a good one.
Monty put up a link.
I have to subscribe. I don't want to do that.
No.
Okay. Let me. Dang it. Yes, the link does show. But I'm going to have to. I can't grab the link.
Because the way things are, StreamYard's kind of funny about that.
So, well, yes, StreamYard is, but YouTube isn't. Let me go.
No, China does have a tendency to throw caution to the wind, shall we say, or morality or ethics, and do what they want to do. And they're always in search of higher military prowess. And
oh yeah, you know what? Okay. Breaking the Halloween show for a minute. I want to talk. I just want 2 minutes on China. Okay, why are we at odds with China, and we have all these business deals going on with them at the same time? I don't understand that. Okay, made in China, right? My speaker, made in China. My phone, made in China.
Okay? Clothes we're wearing Stickers, in China.
China. The toy, made in China. How are we at odds with China? And yeah, okay, I got
all of our electronics are from there. And there's no need to be at odds with them. They own us.
Yeah, why? Why are we competing? I think it's another dog and pony show. And you know why?
Monty says because you're all capitalists. That's why.
Yeah, because aliens.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
July. This is from 2016, and here is Dolly the sheep, and this is BBC. Even though they're part of the big thing, right? I like BBC.
Well, too. I mean, we're kind of ignoring the obvious. If they have cloning techniques and gestation techniques that don't involve humans, they can sock away human being into the Norway seed shop and you know, maybe our species
Yeah.
will go on anyhow.
Yeah, we've already sent our DNA into space.
Hmm.
Though we're not the best at it, okay? Other how do you I'm starting to think that's how we got here in the first
Yeah.
place. We were we were seated here.
Yeah, well, I personally, I think that happened quite a long time ago, and
Yeah, and
I personally do think it was aliens that
yeah,
bebopped in here and said, "Hey, let's have a farm," you know, you know, let's dig for gold or what have you.
yeah. And DJ is saying right now there's no problem with China. Now, right now, right?
This moment, no.
Right.
Although
But
they like to rattle a sword here and there.
oh yeah, they get that Su-57 they've been bragging about. That's Russia too. They're in cahoots with each other. Everybody's in cahoots. And you're right, capitalism and I, I'm going to put it on.
Well, for a country that's dead set against it, it sure does participate pretty good.
Yeah, here we go. This is the reason why capitalism and aliens. That's why.
Well, Storm put up that
Okay,
thing I requested. I don't know if you
right.
still want it or not.
I do. I got to go to YouTube to grab it though. This stuff. Oh man, this stuff. Okay, lots of clicking, lots of stuff, and then I have to wait for it to load because YouTube is slow for some reason. But that link will be in after the show, right? And I have to grab it from YouTube to be able to show it here. And I'm waiting on YouTube. Yep. Also, capitalism aliens. Still not demons. Thank you, Robot Jim. Heck yeah. Still
I don't know about the
not demons.
capitalism part. Might have a few demons lurking around. I don't
Yeah, Monty says
know.
he got his DNA put on a NASA ship back in the 90s. So they already know who he is. Well, I hope they're
What
following you
is
here because
Alien 1, Alien 2? So who is this Monty?
yeah,
Just funning with you, Monty. Oh, your name, not your DNA. Okay.
here we go.
Okay.
Oh, his name? Well, that's no
Okay.
okay. National Human Genome Research Institution, and this is talking about sheep, right?
Right.
Well, I will
Now,
hold
who
on.
knows how much mixing up they're trying to pull here in the effort of making, like new pancreases or ears or some of the rest of it.
Yeah, you know about
You
that
know.
too, huh? I was
Oh
gonna bring
yeah,
that.
no.
Oh, come on.
Oh please, I'm stuck in the chair all day. Of course. I'm gonna find out as much stuff as I possibly can just because I'm bored.
Research Institute. I'm taking notes. Okay, and will be available after the show. All right. I'm not going to read any of this, but I will show it because it is pertinent to what we've been talking about. Cloning fact sheet. I will do a clip notes version of it. Do clones occur naturally? Yes, in bacteria. Artificial cloning.
I didn't know
Okay,
that.
I didn't know either.
Oh
What
good, I'm
sort of
learning some.
cloning? Gene cloning. Okay, this organization has not cloned any mammals or humans.
No, Storm is saying articles hypnosis says no or might was saying this synopsis, I'm sorry. No verifiable evidence of human cloning. Multiple animal clones have been created, however.
Eve.
They don't know for sure if she's
Yeah.
alive. In an effort,
Well, it was
they've gone
done.
a long way to hide it.
It was done. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
want that out there because
No, you think
oh,
people are going crazy over AI?
and aliens PR storm is what that would do. That would be,
Mhm.
yeah, and oh man,
No. Some of this stuff is, I think perfectly logical that it should come up. You're about ready for coffee, aren't you?
yep. So I'm gonna be doing
Yeah,
this
now we're
coffee
going
time.
on here.
Yeah, I'm over. I was like, why do I feel like this? Oh right, coffee.
Maybe I can get a cup. I think there might be some left. I think I'm going to get coffee too.
Me too. Watch for ghosts, aliens, and robots.
I got to get coffee though. Can I have some coffee? Just a short cup maybe? A short cup of coffee? Yeah, I'd like that. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, the show is still here, so no robot overtake
No, no
so
AI or
far.
nothing. This was
Not
very
yet.
disappointing.
Just the algorithm.
You're going to
Just
have a
the
jibby
algorithm.
jab and then a bed for you, huh, Monchi? All right.
Okie doke. I got me and Amy. Amy's still here. Don't forget Amy. Shout out. Good morning, UFO Alien Girl 111.
Hey, alien girl.
She's
Hope
still
you drop
here
in one of these days.
in
Love it.
in spirit. In quantum shadowing. I don't know.
I don't know how that would work.
I'm
And we're
invoking her.
back.
Yeah.
If you're here in quantum,
There's Samo. All
thank you,
right.
Samo.
Okie doke. All right. Well, okay. This is a good way to. I don't know. I don't have any other topics
Don't
other
you?
than
Oh my
rope.
God, we were talking about ghost hunting and all that. Don't you have some ghost stories or something?
Yes. Ghost stories. Okay.
I don't necessarily mean the one that upset you like that.
No, I don't want to go over that one.
I
Okay.
I don't either.
I will
That's too
refer.
hard for you.
I will refer everyone to the channel. Look for the cemetery. Okay.
Mhm.
I have about 4 videos dedicated to the cemetery, maybe
All right.
5. Go look there. It's crazy. and that's coming from me. Okay. Anyway, I will.
You
I
know,
heard one.
I dressed as a gypsy tonight
Mm-hmm.
because that's first time I ever picked up cards. I was 7 years old. It was a simple deck of playing cards. Laid them out. Simple layout. I mean, what's a 7-year-old know, right? I started reading cards. Enjoyed my first exorcism right after that. No, I'm laughing, but it's not funny.
Right. You
It
didn't die.
I didn't die over it. No, no. But you know, I don't even know what I may have said over it. Apparently, it hit somebody's nerves real good.
Yeah.
But I got interested in cards when I was about. I bought my first set of cards when I was about 18 years old. I still have them. I've mentioned that. And I've gone on with those ever since. I have other cards, of course, but those are my go to. Oh, thank you, Storm. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, sun. Nice.
I need a Halloween mug. I realized that right before the show. I'm like, I don't have a Halloween mug.
I
I might
have
have a short.
some
I might,
witchy ones, but
yeah, I
not.
might do a video just for the mug that I get, the Halloween mug. I don't know if it'll be a pumpkin or something, but
You know,
I have
that's a
some.
good idea. That would be a good short.
Yeah, just a
Good
little
morning,
short.
UFO is here. Hi.
Hey, look at that! Look who just showed up! Awesome! Welcome back to the show. Thanks for coming
Hi,
by. It was the Halo helmet that brought you in, wasn't it? It was.
hi.
Here you go. Here you go. This is for you.
There we go. Oh, awesome. No wonder you can get anything under there if you want to.
This thing is really hard to use.
I bet.
It's too small. This part is right up against my nose. But it looks so cool.
It does. It's
Look at that.
it's it looks like Star Trek.
Look at it.
No,
Oh,
not
so
Star Trek.
cool.
Star Wars. Hey, alien girl. Glad
I
to
wouldn't do
see
that for
you.
anybody else. I wouldn't be doing.
Terrific. You're here.
Did I sound funny? Because I felt funny.
Yeah, you sounded like you were in a little box.
Yeah, I was. I literally was in a plastic bubble. Yeah, I'm glad you caught the show too, Amy.
Awesome. No, you're always welcome, honey.
Oh yeah, always, always. Your link lives here.
Yes.
Your link lives here in the show all the time. And yeah, it's
Storm is waving hi, Amy.
yeah. She sees it. She sees it. There it is. Yeah. Oh man, that if you could, it really digs into your nose when the
You know, I
stormtrooper
can
helmet is
kind
so
of
much
see
more
your nose
comfortable.
squashed in there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I have a squashed nose to start with. I don't
Oh,
really need more.
thanks, Amy. Thank you. Happy
Oh,
Halloween,
that's
Amy.
nice. That is sweet.
Happy
Thank
Hall-
you.
Happy Halloween, Amy. I still rock your cup. It's the best.
Unfortunately, you can't show you the bottom of it. It says pushing buttons.
Right, that's when that's the end of it. That's the end of
Yeah,
the show, pushing buttons.
always.
But
But yeah, you were starting to tell me about some ghost stories.
yeah, I heard a ghost story. This is not one of mine, but this is
Oh, okay.
like a spooky one. I was working at a hospital and Amy says, "Happy Halloween." Yeah. I was working at a hospital and I of course asked around, "Does anybody have any ghost stories?" Because hospital people die there all the time.
Yeah. And
Well,
it's not the patients usually, it's the people who work there.
well, this was a patient. This was a patient, and nobody wanted to talk about the ones in my hospital. They want to talk about the other hospital down the way. This is a crazy one.
Yes, people will scoot on by you if they think you've got a problem, an infestation, a ghostly activity.
Oh yeah, and but this we were the private hospital. That was the state hospital that has the ghost, right? So they didn't have a choice.
When you say state hospital, what comes to mind to me is mental.
No, county, like
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
like the indigent care and all that.
right, the ones that need assistance.
Hmm.
So anyway, it was the money. It was a money thing. But anyway, they were across the way. They were on down, and what happened was a person died in the ER, and the
Hmm.
nurse they were they were closing up the room. Apparently, he was some kind of organ donor, and they were waiting on the people to show up, right? And because the person passed away, so they could get the parts. All right,
They have a certain thing they have to do to keep that going so that they can do so.
right. They had something going, and what this person told me was they were a nurse's aide, not a nurse, but a nurse tech.
Okay.
They were the nurse had left the room. The person passed away. The phone calls had been made. Now the body was there,
Hmm.
and it was ready to be looked at. Right.
That last goodbye.
Well, the nurse tech was in the room, and she said that this body, this dead person, got up quickly, took 2 steps, and fell over. Whatever was hooked up to this person, and they quit. They quit that job.
Well, it
They
would be
quit that job.
scary. It is scary.
Yeah, and that's the only one I've got. It's just let me tell you, every hospital I've ever been in, VA, El Paso, where'd I go to? Uh,
Las Famos,
well,
Del
that's El
Sol,
Paso.
uh,
Nashville, any of them, Vanderbilt, Baptist, all of them are haunted. Okay, there
oh
are
yeah.
every hospital is haunted.
Well, there's always something. I worked at Mercy Hospital in Canton. Mercy was Timken Mercy. Uh, it went to Timken Mercy when the Timken Roller Bearing Company had made a big donation, so they just added the name. It was the Sisters of Mercy, and I worked there. And I'll tell you what, if you're on hand in the ER and they're slammed, you get pressed into service whether you know anything or not. you know. But there had been a youngster not make a left-hand turn in front of uh, well, I say not make. He did. He tried to make it. It didn't work in
Mhm.
front of a big semi truck. I won't go into the details. It's not cool.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they were slammed that night, and I was working in the medical records department at that time, and I was getting records from the night before and the day before, and doctor grabbed me and said, "You girl, he's still alive. I need someone with him, till he goes. You're elected." I said, "Yeah, right." And this was not my first time at the rodeo. And sat down with him, and he was an awful mess. He was a little bit conscious, kind of in and out. He was pretty sure I was his mom. He was so sorry. But I watched that boy's spirit rise up out of his body. I saw it. I was kind of confused, and I just whispered to him, just go to the light. They'll sort it out there. It'll be all right. I'll tell your mom you love her. So he was gone. He flatlined. And doctor came in and said, well, he's gone. I said, yeah, he passed away. Did he leave any messages for parents or anybody? I said, tell his mother that he loves her. He goes, you got it. Thanks for stopping in. I said, anytime. And that's how that works, because you cannot get involved in those situations and get torn up over them. Otherwise, you'll bleed to death.
Yeah.
But that's the first time I ever saw. No, not the first time, but I saw it. And it's just a teeniest little thing. It's more like a whiff of smoke.
Yeah.
But I've seen ghosts in the hospital. That same hospital, my office was next to the chapel, and of course, people go in there and beg for help, and I saw a apparition next to remember I said it was the Mercy Hospital. It was the Sisters of Mercy. And I forget their full title, but it doesn't matter. They had a statue of Christ there next to the chapel, and then the medical records. And I heard the door jiggle on the medical records. So I went to the door, and there's somebody there, all right. I said, are you looking for the chapel? It's next door. And he goes, no. So, do you need something? What can I direct you somewhere? At that time, he didn't worry too much about being assaulted at night or any of that. But, my doors were locked because we had medical records, and that shouldn't be out there for just anybody. But he was there 1 second and gone the next.
Yep.
And I mentioned it to my coworkers. Says, "Oh yeah, he's through every couple of weeks." I'm like, okay, well, you're not bothered by it? Nah.
Yeah.
Just
No.
was one of the things.
There was a time when I was bothered by things like that, but cemetery.
I was a good deal younger.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s at that time, but I really wasn't scared by any of that after I was about, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. Not really.
Right.
I learned
Well,
to
that
keep my
wasn't
mouth
me.
shut about it.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was, and the only teacher I had was my grandmother, and she was kind of scared of this stuff. But
Yeah.
that's okay. Wait a minute, Monty. What are you talking about? The clocks are your clock. Well,
No, your
you're in
clock's
England.
changed because ours don't change till next week.
He's in England. I forgot.
Yeah.
They think that I don't know. That it's England. Okay, you had me scared for a second there.
No, that's for us. It's not till the 2nd of November.
Good night, Monty. Remember,
Night, Monty.
aliens,
Take
robots,
care of
ghosts.
yourself.
Oh, he's not.
He's in Australia, I think.
No, he's not in Australia. But he's not in England. He wants to be specific about that. Okay, sorry,
I'm not
dude.
sure. New Zealand, I don't know.
Oh no, he's. That's what I thought. He's in Wales.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sorry, Monty. We got a lot of people to keep track of.
Yeah, I should have known that. I've known Monty a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Monty go way back. Well, good night. What do they say? I don't know. What's a good night saying in England? Beans and toast. Go to night. Go to bed. I don't know.
I have no clue. Just good night, I think. But it's
Yeah,
not demons for sure.
not demons. Still not demons. Thank you. We're never not demons. That is the silliest thing ever.
Sure, for sure.
Okay, Nus da. Sounds okay. Nus da. Good night, I suppose. Nus da, Monty.
Oh, is it what? Yeah, it's Welsh, right? Nostor?
I don't know. He's in bed now. Yeah,
Probably.
Welsh. Got to be Welsh.
I'm sure.
There we go.
I don't think we should say
Yo way. Yo way.
that.
Bringing it real,
In
making
Wales,
it real
not
again on the
in
Corn
one
Show.
different country, you Mexican.
Yo
I am
way.
New Mexican, which is
Yo
neither
way,
new
bro.
nor Mexico, okay?
Yeah. Oh man, I love it when we have them little moments. Okie doke, but
Terrific. Just terrific.
I love that. I love that we have. It's not demons.
So that's your only ghost story?
Well, I've no, I've got other ghost stories. I didn't honestly.
Just
I was
hadn't
so
thought
busy
about
today.
it.
I was so
Yeah.
busy today. I went into. Okay, I never got to tell you earlier when I went to Walmart and all those places. I went into a low blood sugar, and I ended up driving around all confused. Like, what am I doing? I'm.
Oh boy.
I was fine. I'm fine.
Yeah,
But
no, I know you are. It's just low blood sugar makes you goofy.
yeah, I was
Like you
confused.
can't quite sort things out.
Right, and Walmart, so many people.
Yeah, I have to watch Keith for that.
Yeah, right. I was like, so many people, and I didn't realize I was in a low blood sugar because I had like healing potion coffee that was loaded up with good stuff. Well, it boosts you
Yeah,
up.
but
It
it,
took me by surprise. All of a sudden, I was shaking and confused and didn't know what was going on. I was like,
Lupin.
"Stop! I gotta go. I gotta stop. Do this." And I went to the first place, which was happened to be Sonic. Eh.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's better
I don't know. Pretzel's okay, I guess.
to not die. Good to not die.
Yeah.
From that
Well,
stuff.
low blood sugar can send you into all sorts of bad stuff.
Yeah,
You
and
know, you can
right.
pass
So
out from it.
I stopped. It was either that or Taco Bell, and I was like,
In comparison, in my opinion, Sonic is Demichis compared.
oh yeah,
Demichis. There's
I-
Demichis and then there's Dominichis. Demichis is in New York.
so these are nice restaurants.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Hey howdy.
so I went to
little grass salad for $20. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Well, I ended up at Sonic to not die, so it worked.
Yeah.
But half of their machines didn't work, so I'm like, what? I ended up going to like 4 different stalls before I found one that was halfway working.
Yeah, I hate that. You know,
But
of course, people would deliberately do some of that mess.
yeah, busted screens, busted speakers, missing this and that. Anyway, I
Card
survived.
readers, the rest of it.
I survived. That was the important part. You were saying talk about tarot, right? And
Yes.
I wanted to bring up the basic tarot, the most common tarot spread, right?
Right. Celtic
This is
Cross. Or
well,
just
no,
3
3
card.
card pull,
3 card read.
3
Easy.
card pull, simple 3 card spreads for solo
Mhm.
tarot or okay, and the different meanings: mind, body, spirit, past, present, future, the situation, the obstacle, the lesson, embrace, accept, let go, Dream, Life, Fear. I'd never heard that one. Tomorrow, Next Week, Next Month. I guess I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Desire, Obstacle, Solution, which is kind of like Situation, Obstacles, Lesson.
What's the sort of thing that you use when you have a whole bunch of people waiting for you and
Yeah.
you need to make this short and sweet,
Okay.
if at all possible, and no noise sweet.
Right. And the last one says red light, yellow light, green light, stop, maybe, and then yes. That's what that says.
Stop, caution, be
Right.
cautious.
Okay.
That's what that means. Yeah.
But this is actually a Reddit post. And this is
Mm.
a Reddit topic.
Yeah.
Um reddit.com/media. You can look at it if you want. And this is funny. Witches versus patriarchy. Link in description after the show. I am going to do this.
Yeah, I've heard of them actually, which is against the patriarchy.
I'm going to definitely. I like that. That's quantum show material right there.
Yeah, yeah. So you were talking about it's a simple spread. I usually run it as today, yesterday, and tomorrow. I will read the middle card first, the first card second, and the third card last.
Right.
It's just a quirk of mine.
Right.
Some
Okay.
people
Well,
read them straight up. It really depends on your reader.
oh, you know what? Let's look at what this is from 4 years ago. So let's look at. I'm going to read some of these.
Mm-hmm.
Question answer. Right. And it's S. Schnell 56. What are some good questions to ask when reading for yourself? I just got to check a deck, and I've been stuck on wording the questions. See, I really want that robot. I really want that robot. So I'm thinking about getting all this money.
Right,
Uh,
right.
I just got to
That
check
would be
what.
that would AA.
Mhm. But what are some
Okay.
good questions to ask? And the
About
response,
the check, is that what they're wanting to know?
no. It says, what are some good questions to ask when reading for yourself? I just got a deck, and I've been stuck on wording the questions. A response. The cards aren't going to talk to you. Think of it as guided meditation. What do you want to
Yeah.
accomplish each day? Where do you see yourself a year from now, 5 years? Who am I? What new approaches should I attempt for my problems? How
Yeah,
does my
and
mental
that's
framework?
that's a reasonable thing to do.
Right. Well, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
This is like it's hard to read the screen for you
Uh
guys.
uh-huh.
How does my mental framework affect how I approach the people, challenges, opportunities in my life? There's no right or wrong questions. It's a very personal decision. I'm sure other people will have ideas for specific questions, though. And goes on, something else I just thought of. When you're just starting out, you'll want to spend some time getting to know your deck. Many people use a book or other resource to help them understand the meanings of specific cards or runes, but this is optional. You can just spend time meditating with your deck and notice patterns. Maybe you find special meanings for certain numbers because you have five people in your family, so maybe the number five means home and family and continuity for you. Or maybe you're more inclined to focus on colors and meanings of the artwork. And maybe your approach
You
will
know,
change over time.
some people can look at this stuff very simply and just hit it, you know. And others get quite complicated about it. And it's like they say, it's a extremely personal thing.
Hmm.
For myself, when I first started reading tarot, I didn't read for anyone else or myself for a very long time. I got used to what that deck meant to me. There was no way for me to acquire and keep secret a a book. I had to literally learn them intuitively, and that's still how I read them most of the time. Now I've since then uh, have gotten a number of different books about tarot and added to my understanding of it, over the past 50 years. And when I say books, I'm talking about probably between 5 and 10 of them. And sometimes the tarot is approached as a meditative exercise. Sometimes it's straight up divining. And other times you look at it and it becomes very internalized, almost like you would use a devotional. What is my message from God today? So it's extraordinarily versatile.
Right. I'm just catching up. I'm trying to stay current with the
Sure,
chat.
sure.
I was
It's like one of the cards in Robot Jim, or I think it was Robot, is saying, "Not death is better than death on any day." Okay, well that's fine.
yeah, he was
I
talking about
thought it was
me.
saying something else.
No, he was talking about me going to Sonic in a
Yeah,
in a
no,
state.
no, death, no. Sonic is better than death, although slightly. Anyway, um, some of the major arcana, which is first, 2021 cards, are very specific about human interaction with each other. It's almost like the nouns of the tarot, where the minor cards, which would be like swords, cups, wands, pentacles, are more like adverbs, where you get your noun. Now you can add an action word, so it will work that way. Now, like I was saying, some of these major arcana cards are kind of intense. Well, like the number 13 is also called death. But death is not necessarily predicting death. What it is doing is telling you that there is about to be a tremendous change in your life.
Right. Death is not literal death. It's
No,
the end of some situation.
no. And some readers will read for you and say, "Oh, somebody's about to die," and blah, 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 and "Oh, I'll know that in the next visit." Yeah, sure. No, they won't. They don't know now, because that card, it's unethical for a tarot reader to be reading that card that way. But the death card has a lot of different meanings to it in every segment of a reading. If you would read it in the first part of a 3-part spread, okay, we'll say yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Okay, yesterday there was a huge change in your life. Maybe the next card is we'll say the Empress. Okay, the next card might be the we'll say the Nine of Pentacles. The first change indicates a huge life change. Okay, the second card is the Empress, just saying it's fated or ordered by the gods. The third card says everything you ever hoped for monetarily is about to be yours. How about that reading? I'd like to see that myself. But there you are. And that's not in the least bit unlucky.
Right. Okay.
So there's those kind of readings. Usually they're not so extreme. You'll look at it from a larger spread, like a Celtic cross, and now you're reading for somebody is much deeper and much more involved. So just picking up a deck and saying, "Oh, all this stuff," how that card is placed has everything to do with how you read it. So it takes time and energy to and focus to learn how to do that particular exercise.
I did runes, but I did them in the form in
Mm-hmm.
the style of tarot, right? And I had the book. I had a book that I
Mm-hmm.
was going
There's
by,
nothing wrong with that.
and I totally used the Celtic Cross plus four, the
Mm-hmm.
one two
It
three,
says I
one
do
two
that quite
three,
most of the
three
time
four,
myself.
and I haven't done it in a long time. Here's a funny story that happened. Right, I had learned runes. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I had begun learning runes, and then I got sent to Germany. Okay, my unit commander, my battalion commander, the colonel, was very religious. Okay,
Oh
he was
boy.
extremely religious, and
Um, when you say
some
religious, I is that a negative thing?
Christian fundamentalist.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't have liked that very much.
Oh, he did not. He did not like. He thought. Check it out. He thought I was trying to get the riffraff together and get them in a group, a coven in his eyes, and try to rebel in the unit. I'm like, no, no, I want to encourage these people to come into my library and read these books that I've organized for y'all. That's all. What I do is my time. Y'all don't have to worry about it. Y'all don't have to worry about me. And oh man, what brought it on?
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking about this because
Okay.
I just don't want you to have a problem with it. I don't mean from me. I mean from other people.
Oh no, no. What brought it on was oh, we had some kind of something happen, and we had a function, right? And they gave me a bunch of Avery business cards to make for this function, and I
Mhm.
did. Desktop publishing was part of the Army tech, okay? Just the way it was back in the day. I mean, but
Probably
yeah,
still is.
it is. I had to make these business cards for some function of the chaplain's office. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I got the great idea now that I had refreshed on how to make business cards. I think I'll make me some business cards, and I made my. I used the graphics and the logos and all the buzz types. I made it look very pop culture. Okay,
Oh, you
and
had a
I
good time.
Oh, yeah, and I printed it. No, I went and got my own at the PX, right? I didn't use theirs. Theirs were gone.
And your own
I
printer and all that. I mean, I
Well,
should
no,
say
I
your
used
own
their
print.
computer,
You're
their printer,
oopsie.
and I
You're
printed
in
out
trouble.
I printed out, like, 36 business cards
Uh,
and got them all and started passing them out, says, um, "Rune card reader and pagan." But I put, like, graphics and stuff. He got
Potential volunteer for the firing squad.
He got one. He found one, and they
Oh
had
boy.
seen me doing rune poles, right?
Mhm,
I would carry I carry them with me.
mhm.
I had, all them pockets, you gotta use it for something. I could use one. I would carry them with me, and whenever I don't know, I was still learning it, so I was really, you know, involved in doing these
Isn't
things.
that isn't that like being on a uniform or something?
No, you don't wear them on your neck, you put them in your
Oh,
pocket.
in the pocket, not
Yeah.
okay, not hanging.
No,
I
it's
was
like you
gonna
put them in
say
your pocket.
that would have got you crucified.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, but no, this almost got me crucified. Literally.
Boy.
No, but I was in the mess hall, and
Uh-huh.
I was, like, just messing around, and I was really just studying, okay? I had my little book, and you never saw the book, but I trimmed it out with purple felt and, ribbon and made it look like something antique and old, but it wasn't. It looked very super pop
Sort of
culture,
like
but
a little prayer book or something.
well, it looked like a cherished relic, you know what I mean? But it was not a cherished it was something I bought at
You
book
just let people assume that.
right, it looked v Harry Potter before Harry Potter, right? It looks
I
very
got
Harry
it.
Potter,
I'm just
and
giving you shit. No, never mind.
but it looked very Harry Potter pop culture-ish. And I had this little it was not much bigger than this, right? And I had
Yeah.
this little book with the fancy cover and the weird stuff flying out of it, and I had a burlap sack of runes
Uh-huh.
that I was doing this stuff. And then I would ponder as I read, and I would but apparently I have a crazy look about me. I would like and I'm looking at people, right? Em Empathic. I was scanning, and I didn't know it.
Pinging. Uh-huh. You're pinging them.
So, I was scaring a few of them, right?
Oh,
And
boy.
it got reported. It got report up the chain, and they said,
Because you were looking
"Freedom."
strange.
Yeah, they and my chain of command came up on they had my back. They said, "Well, he's not doing anything, but so it's freedom of religion, so
That's
he's
exactly
fine."
what it
But the
is.
commander did not like that. He was passing his own rumors. He was scared. He was scared
They
because
usually are.
he got
That's
one of my business cards saying I was a rune wizard or some shit. That's what he said,
yeah, yeah.
and I was like,
And just so the
"No,
folks out there know, it's not demons,
it's
okay?
not demons.
I
Not
swear.
demons. It was
Uh,
runes." And Lynn, y'all should have heard the rumors going around. These guys who were from the same area, like Georgia, Tennessee,
yeah, they
these
understood
guys,
what they were.
they were scared of me. Okay.
Yeah.
They would they were the first ones to make friends. And if there was a situation, first they would
First ones
avoid
to get off the boat, huh?
they would avoid me. And then I heard in the hallway, yeah, that guy, he's a tree hugger. And he looked at me seeing him, and I was like giving him I was just like, what? I hadn't heard that one yet. And he goes, "Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good, man," and ran away.
Yeah, yeah, don't hurt me, right?
Yeah. And it was like they didn't understand anything what I was doing
A
because
dirt worshipping tree hugger, huh?
yeah, they saw the business cards. These people, we were bored, I guess. And
Well,
these went all over the unit.
yeah, it's all
There was
hurry up and wait.
5 companies of people, and they all had seen this card, and it didn't take long.
They
They had
did
all seen the card, and they had all watched for me with my little purple book and the bag of stuff. It was so
your
cool.
bag of
Yeah.
bones. Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
they thought it was
look at robots. That's hysterical. Aliens equal not demons. Runes equal not demons. Therefore, aliens are runes.
Yeah, I love the stories of the
Pictographs.
muggles.
Pictographs. There you go, robot. We can do that. We can
What?
get on board with that, right?
Pictographs? What'd you
Pictographs?
say?
Petrographs? Petrographs?
Okay.
Am I saying it wrong? I
No,
might
I don't
be.
what are you referring to, though? I mean
The old rock carvings out there by out in
oh,
where?
petroglyphs. Petroglyph.
Petroglyphs.
Petroglyph.
Petroglyphs. There you go.
Petrograph is like, drawing on paper.
Leave me alone. I'm old.
Those. All this stuff. Yeah, and they thought I was into some, like, voodoo bullshit, and I'm like,
Oh no, that was to be something to be a
"Oh,
little bit nervous
they
of.
took me in the colonel's office." Not the colonel. The colonel didn't wanna be anywhere near me, okay? The colonel didn't
What
want
next, huh?
anywhere near me. The company, uh, the what is it? It's not the XO. The XO is of the unit. The sergeant major or somebody and my unit commander took me in the colonel's office, okay,
Mhm.
and interviewed me. I was like, "Hello,
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
what what can I do for you?" Because, like, I thought this was like a business meeting, right? Because I'm the head of my office. I thought this was a business meeting. And I went in, and they go, "Okay, Alan," and he sets down one of the cards and says, "We got this," and we looked, and this is what he tripped me out when he said this. He goes, "We looked at all the pages of the internet on witchcraft," and I was like, "No, you didn't."
Not possible.
Even back in GeoCities days, it was like hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
even back before the internet was the internet, before the phones, before the
we looked at all of the religious statements
we
about
looked at
it.
all the webs. No, he said we looked at all the websites on witchcraft, and I was like, first I did this,
Huh?
and
What witchcraft? Yeah,
yeah,
right.
said he said, so we know all about this, and we want to know, are you uh are you trying to start a rebellion? I'm like, excuse me. I was interviewed by the army. I would love to see this in the records.
You would have been the last person to do that.
No,
Wicca
and
just doesn't
I
operate that way.
chose to be there. That
Yeah.
was oh, it was nuts. They said, and the colonel would not be in the same room with me. He thought I was devil incarnate, right? And it was
Yeah.
so funny that my commander, and I believe it was my XO and
So what they
lieutenant.
do? They put together a wood pile, or what happened?
No, they didn't. They said, "Okay, Alan," and oh, my chaplain was there too. My boss. Oh my God, she was a nut. It was a woman chaplain at the time. That's for another show, but she was just some of y'all.
Didn't
Tim
have your back.
might no, no. She was
I didn't think she would.
she was scared of me too. And I'm like,
Well,
sir,
what the hell were you doing there?
yeah. I was like,
Who endorsed you to
ma'am,
be there?
I am not trying to do anything like that. This is my personal studies. And it's kind of part of my religion. I'm incorporating it. It's divination, but and I tried to explain to them demons. They were like, "Oh, no demons." And I'm like, "Okay,
Have you ever heard of separation of church and state?
well, that stuff gets a pause in the military."
Oh, I'll bet.
Oh, that's another show. That's
Yeah,
another
no
show.
doubt, and probably never at all. And
Oh, I got stories about that though.
so what did so you know what the accumulation of this? Did they finally decide to leave you alone, or what?
They said stop putting out business cards and keep those runes in your room. And I was like, yes, sir. I just laughed. I went back to my office across the street, and it was, ah,
Yeah, that was a
it was,
close one. You know that, right?
I do. And I would love to know, I would love to read those reports. I hadn't thought about that in years. I would love to see
I
what
don't know.
happened.
Can you read something like that? Can you get to them? I don't
I
know.
bet, I bet a FOIA, because I know my own name in my own service record. So I would love, I bet a FOIA could do that.
It
I
might.
would need to, oh man.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah.
It's
I'm wait,
American. Yeah, you're right, Jim. And it's not just that, though. Most Wiccans are so involved in country, and I say country as in their country. They love their country,
yeah, and they ask,
and they are attached to the land.
yeah, and you know what? Particularly me, I am part of the chaplaincy. Well, was part of the chaplaincy, and the logo, the thing is the motto, the creed, whatever, is literally for God and country,
Hmm. It
right?
doesn't
And
say which one.
they asked me if I was a conscientious objector, and I'm like, no, I wouldn't be here if I was a conscientious objector. That was the
No,
first thing they asked me, and I'm like,
well, a
no, I'm the most
conscientious objector usually doesn't join, but it happens.
right. I wouldn't have, and that's something you can do. Well, at the time, that was something you could proclaim that you joined a church that made you a conscientious objector, and you would get chaptered out. I mean,
Yeah,
it would be general. right? A general discharge.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
I
was
think there was a movie about this sort of thing, and it hasn't been long ago. What's that called?
oh, no.
The man's name was Doss, Doss. And I'm trying to think the rest of it.
I don't know. A movie recently about conscientious objector
Yeah,
or
during World War II, I think. And, I mean, they tried to muster him out, and he wouldn't have it. And he wanted to serve, but he wanted to be a medic on the line.
right. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't
I
know that
can't
movie.
remember the. You see it fairly regularly on shorts.
I'm not.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't see
I
it.
don't
I
remember
see a
now.
bunch of military shorts, but I've never seen that one. Um, but yeah, that was the
Yeah, he
craziest time.
refused to carry a weapon. Do you
Okay.
know what the name of the program was, Storm?
Heartbreak Ridge, wasn't that a Clint Eastwood movie?
I think it was the second.
I don't think it was Heartbreak Ridge. I've got that one on
No,
DVD.
one
That's
Heartbreak Ridge. Frank, it was Heartbreak Ridge. It might have been. It might have been about Korea. Not thinking.
Heartbreak Ridge was about Korea.
Yeah,
It was. But I okay, anyway.
I don't
Um
remember now. But he was one, and they tried to muster him out under the same section you're talking about,
mhm.
and he didn't wish to be mustered out. He deliberately joined.
Okay. Well, so there's a story. That was a funny story, and unfortunately, it had nothing to do with ghosts. But it was. I had to tell that one. I haven't thought about that in years.
It
They,
was a good one. I
yeah,
think it was good.
I mean, they were people were scared until they got to know me, and it's like it's everything. People, I don't know. Maybe I do this on purpose, but people don't want to get to know me for whatever reason, and then they get to know me, and they're okay.
It's like, what was the big hoo ha over that?
Yeah, they a bunch of them continued to refuse to know me because they were like, he's got demons, and I'm like, no,
You're the
yeah,
least demon
no.
person I
Oh,
know.
and oh man, something else was okay. You never saw this, but I've been doing y'all. I've been a nerd doing this crap for a long time, right?
Yeah, both of
And
us.
I had this blue jean
Hacksaw
jacket,
Ridge. There you go.
Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, because I knew Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood.
It just
I
didn't
don't know about
sound
that.
right.
Hacksaw Ridge. Okay, what didn't help the situation? Oh, this is another funny story. Same unit, right? I just got to Germany. It was like a day off for me, but
Hmm.
everybody else was on, right? So I went to go get breakfast, right? And I had this. I was in civvies, clicking into military vernacular. I was in civvies because I was off duty. I was on post but off duty, and I had this blue jean jacket with a sword down in like leathercraft, a sword down one sleeve, and a big Celtic cross with a circle around it in the other. So the not the Masons, but the where the Masons come from
Um, oh, Masonic Order?
before the Masonic Order. The the church killed him in 1608.
The
Colby,
Malay?
what?
You said the church killed him in 1608. Nah, they
No,
one
killed
deal
all of
Malay.
them. The Templars,
The
the Templar
Templars, Knight
cross.
Templar, yeah.
I had the Templar cross, big, big Templar cross in leathercraft, sewn with that thick, heavy shit,
Mm-hmm.
like meant to look like you did it yourself,
Of
and a
course.
sword going all the way down. And oh my god, the NCO signing me in said, and one of the contractor workers,
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Hey, Alan," because ID card. "Hey, Alan, let me ask you a question. Where are you from? Tennessee." Here's what he asked me: "Do they have Colts in Tennessee?" And I looked at him like, "What?" I just woke up. He goes, "Colts, Colts." And I'm thinking, well, I used to live right down the street from a horse farm. So yeah, they have Colts.
Have you ever heard of the Tennessee Walkers?
Well,
Please.
hold on. This gets even better. And they spelled it out, Colts. And the worker was like, and I said, "Well, yeah." And I'm thinking, horses, horse farms, ranches. Yeah, yeah, they have Colts. And I thought he meant maybe the gun, but it was like baby horses. I just woke up. And he goes, "Were you ever in one?" And I was like, "Oh, you mean cults. Cults. No, I was never in one. And if I was, I wouldn't tell you." And I just went to get my food. And they were both like,
That's too much.
I was like, "Oh my God, I got a lot of work to do here. I got a lot of work to do here." And yeah, that was my reputation in Germany. I went from El Paso to from there to it was like going from the Catholic side of stuff,
Yeah.
and they were already weird, so they were just like, "Oh, it's just another kind of weirdness." Me and the bigger population to a tiny fundamentalist Christian Bible Belt type thing.
Oh yeah.
And well, okay, my reputation grew because of the cards, the runes, the fact that I headed a library in my office. There was a library. Let me clarify. There was already a library there, but it had no organization, no accountability. So I went to supply and I got a bunch of stickers and I got a big sign out book, a big log book, and I wrote on it Chaplain Library. And I made columns. I did the whole office thing to where you sign your book out and you put your contact information or your unit
Mm-hmm.
commander, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
did have to call people back to bring their damn books back because I spent like 3 days. I spent like 3 days organizing that library. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was very proud of that. And and it was not a religious library. It was like just, MWR,
It's
sci-fi, westerns,
stuff
novels.
so that people could occupy their time.
Right, just like, and it was a lending library, so they would sign and I would account for these books. I took it very seriously. I don't know why. I got library in my blood because I'm a library. I ended up doing that. I still keep my own files, have for years. My mom worked at a library for years, and
Last
oh
bastion of democracy.
yeah, and um, so all of that gave me a reputation, right? And I wanted to trip them out so much by going to
Oh,
what I wanted to
there's
do.
some sort of little thing that just makes us want to antagonize them, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to like get. Here's what I wanted to do. Halloween came around. Oh, they made up all kinds of shit. Okay, they made up all. It was fundamental Bible,
Oh yeah,
Baptist, all that,
usually
right?
is.
They made okay. I'm still friends with her. The Colonel's driver. Tim, you remember Tufto, right? You remember Tufto? We were tight. Me and Tufto were tight. We were friends, and she was the driver of the guy who thought I was trying to lead a rebellion. Right? She was his assistant, and I was the chaplain assistant. It was so awesome.
Tim is saying
She,
yes.
yeah, and there were Halloween time comes around, and I don't know how it ended up, but I was the de facto non-Christian expert, right?
Mm-hmm.
They An article came out in the Stars and Stripes by the way, they're a bunch of idiots at the Stars and Stripes. Okay,
Yes.
oh, I would love to get that copy from where it says Halloween is based on the pagan god Haloa or some shit. I'm like, who wrote this shit? And she came to me. The battalion office came to me. Actually, came to the chaplain. The chaplain said, "Talk to Alan."
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I
You
love it.
just throw you right under the
I don't know about
bus,
this.
huh?
I don't know about this. Talk to Alan. And uh, I said, no, that is made up. And none of the officers wanted to talk to me, so they sent Tough Toe, the driver.
Yeah.
It She came to me, and she sat me down in the mess hall with the copy of the Stars and Stripes and did the whole official. Dude, this was funny as hell. She took the whole thing. She set it down for her to read, and then she goes, "Alan, what does this mean?" She set it down for her to read, and I'm looking at her, and she goes, and spins the whole newspaper around it, slides it towards me like it's evidence or something. I'm like,
Yeah, by
oh
God,
my
gotcha
God.
now, you. Huh.
She's like, what does this mean? I'm like, that's made up. That doesn't exist. It might exist for this article only. I
I
don't know.
understand
I've
what you're
never heard of this
saying.
stuff. I was
You
like,
know, and even in the regular world, you know, I mean, you got to be even now have to be careful of
there's
what
more.
religious. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
Yeah, there's
finished.
more. And not
Please.
only was she spun around, and she was on task that day. She was trying to appear casual, but then she had that look
She
about her.
got it, man. She's got you. She's
And
not letting go.
over to the side, one of the lieutenants that work in the building was observing us and reporting back. This was a whole operation.
Now,
Okay.
can I read? Can I read what Tim just said? Because it's poignant.
This
He was the token Wiccan out of
oh
30 guys who were practicing in secret. How about them
there was
apples?
30 of them? I didn't know. I was there was like 4.
Well, it didn't let you know.
Mm.
And that's just it. I mean, there'll be one person who's flamboyant in a group, and that's the person you'll see. You aren't going to see the rest of them.
Yeah, I was totally open about all of it. And Tim, do you remember them freaking out? Do you remember them like at, the business cards? Did you ever show me them? I should have kept one. That's history. That is such a oh man, that is so cool that that
Yeah.
happened.
Well, you know,
And it
maybe you
happened.
should
And
keep
now look
a
at me.
scrapbook now, you know, for yourself. You know, especially of your show title book, your title pages.
You're right. I need it. It should be in the quantum book number 1, but it isn't. That was way before this thing. But that was
Mm,
I've been at this stuff
for a little bit.
for years,
You
and I've been very active and dabbling in
have.
arts and crafts, desktop publishing, and it all was part of it. It's so
So,
cool.
how long do you think you've been in not necessarily craft, but alternate religion?
Um, well, alternate was
I'm counting Taoism, Buddhism, uh, whatever else you've studied.
1995.
So,
That's
what
when I
is
found
that?
Buddhism. Buddhism,
95,
1990.
2005, 15, 30 years?
Guess so. Yeah,
Guess so. You've been at it a while.
29 years.
And we've both been at it a little bit.
Yeah, I used to, but you know what? I'm always the new guy. Always. I'm always, and
That kid over there, huh?
it's not because I am always literally the new guy, but that's the mindset I keep to continue learning.
That's what you have to do to learn.
That I'm the new guy. I'm the one who doesn't know anything. I'm the one who has to what do they call it? Pay my dues and all
Well,
that stuff. and I'm always doing that.
You know,
I
and when you're ready to move on, you have to be able to look at the thing like, like the gambler. Know when to hold them, when to fold them, and when to walk away, and when to run.
yeah, well, I was
Because there is a time to run from some of this.
yeah, well, that time never happened up there.
You're
It
lucky.
definitely didn't
You're
happen in
lucky.
Fort Bliss,
There's
but
I'm
Germany, it
I'm
could
just
have
thinking
happened.
of some of the untoward stuff that came out as religion, and of course has been proven more to be detrimental to people.
Right. Well,
You know, it
um,
does happen.
yeah, well, this didn't I was always an upbeat, high-strung, happy person. I was
And you're
never that
mostly
guy.
solitary when you're practicing stuff too.
Yeah, and I tried to be a part of a circle in Germany. That shit did not work out. These people were unstable. I don't
Yeah,
know what
that's
they
what
were
I
doing.
mean when it's time to run.
Yeah, when I said, "You know what? I'm leaving the circle. Y'all have fun." Because I wasn't the leader. I'm the only one who had any experience. And I was saying, "Book, book," and it was all like Scott Cunningham, kitchen magic, and stuff with salt, stuff
That's
with
all should
string.
never been gotten that far to be too shouldn't have been corrupted. That's
That's as
pretty
far as it
tame.
went. As far as I went. Now, they on their own went outside of like the baby steps. They wanted to like summon shit and uh portals
No.
and weather control. I'm like,
Oh
I'm out.
shucks.
I was like, I'm
Yeah,
out.
it's best to get out of that when you
I was like,
need to.
y'all, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have any organization and they fell apart and they
Right.
all were whatever. But that's that.
They
That's
were
happened.
there for power, not for worship.
Yeah, they weren't there for they were there for the wrong reason. They want to
Yeah,
empower themselves. I'm like, y'all,
exactly.
y'all, I'm not into this.
No.
I'll see, you know, I'm out. Um, but anyway, that was me in Germany, and y'all, this has been the Quantum Panel. I'm going to wrap it up. It's been
Oh
over 2 hours.
yeah, it's been a while. This has been a great show tonight. We've really covered a lot.
Oh man,
Been
Tim is
terrific.
correct. Specialist Alan Nathan was a much different animal than Nathan from the Quantum Show.
He says animal.
Yeah, much
Okay.
different animal than Nathan from the Quantum Show. You. Oh man, he was there. He saw it all happen too. He saw all
We
the.
grow
He had
up.
heard about the Men in Black, though maybe he didn't. He was there for the Colonel's paranoia, and he was there for the business cards and the fake rebellion.
Oh, you got to see the great Allen rebellion, huh?
Yeah, it was the whole thing was that he got to see, oh my god, that female chaplain. And that is another quantum show though. That is not for now. The first
Yeah, let's just breathe through
again later.
it.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for showing up. I'm glad I'm seeing great show, great show. Good night. Everybody had a good time.
Bless
I'm
us,
glad.
Howard, and the rest of us, and
I'm glad everybody had a good time listening to my dumb stories and us talking about these things. And yeah, this has been much needed because okay, I'm gonna wrap up with some stuff that I've been doing during the week. I bought a robot dog. It's a big disappointment. It's a toy. It's not even an R2D2. Um, I've been working on car stuff.
yeah.
Oh man, I got some red turtle wax stuff for the Hyundai.
Oh, brighten it up.
Oh, it looks amazing. I couldn't
Oh,
believe it.
that's great.
I thought I was just out of luck and I was gonna have to just get a new paint job. No,
Yeah.
I went over with that color magic. I couldn't believe the way the
How good
plastic
is that? Because honestly, Miller needs to do something with his truck.
okay, it doesn't take out the big gashes or dents or nothing, of course,
No,
but
no.
if there are like key scrapes or like where you went up against a holly
Dullness,
bush, huh?
too much sun, that kind of dullness.
Right. And
It'll
I've
work
got
that.
that.
Well,
And I
maybe we'll
also
try
got
it.
this I got this well, let me I haven't even put this. This is the clear coat stuff, right?
It's
Graphene,
called what? Magic? Wax magic?
turtle wax, color magic.
Color magic.
That's that.
Okay, I'll tell him.
And it's expensive, but oh my god, it works so well. That car
It's
looks like
better
it.
than you're trying to get $3,000 or $5,000 for a paint job.
Yeah. Okay, now that's the color magic. This is the clear coat graphene ceramic spray. Not okay. If these guys want to sponsor the Quantum Show, I will say these guys. I will say, hey, Shine Armor, sponsor. This is the clear
We'll
coat.
get it done for you guys.
Yeah, and I'm going to be putting this on next week. I got to do everything a week at a time, right?
Right.
And I've got that, and I've got a different one for the gold cars, but the red one, that shit is amazing. Okay, it looks so good.
We'll have to try that. The black truck, so
Yeah,
it
they
needs a
do
little
come in
bit
big
of
black.
tender loving care.
It's on Amazon, and it's at AutoZone, and it's at Walmart. If you don't have Amazon,
No, Storm's still listening, Samo. Don't worry.
No, everybody, they went to bed. If they left, like Monty had to go to bed and dream about whales and
Yeah.
and like
People are can't remember where he lives and
right sports on the wall and nights. That's his dreams and aliens. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Whoo! Tonight was a good one. I love telling those stories, y'all. And I wish I had more ghost stories, but they're all like I've told them all so many times before. But that's okay. It's been 2 hours.
It's your show. You can tell anything you want to.
Yep. We're gonna wrap it up. Thanks everybody. Keep it quantum.
It's always a pleasure, guys. Thanks, Samo, Aussie Tiger.
Thanks
Storm, Monty.
Everybody. And yeah, everybody's covered. Okay.
Have a blessed Samhain.
Yes. Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain. I've got to push these buttons over here. And pushing buttons. Up there. There's the cue. I was needing the cue card.
There we are.
Thank you, Aussie Tiger. He's kicking ass.
Yeah, Storm's just saying I stay in the background unless I'm needed.
Right. Okay, we're pushing
He's
buttons.
There, though. Believe it.
Happy Halloween. Have lots of fun. Don't wear the invisible pedestrian costume. Don't wear that.
Don't eat too much candy.
Right. Okay. Thanks, everybody. I gotta push these buttons. Pushing buttons.
Must be off.